People say the music is depressing. I find it more contemplative. It's meant to be sort of more backgroundy sort of... I don't like music that takes over my mind. I like music that sits and lets me think while I'm listening to it. Right, the races are finally finished and everyone's eager to get home after a long day. You are in charge of this BR145 service on its return trip back to Mannheim. Open the doors and allow passengers to board here at Hockenheim before departing. Doors open. PZB, Sifa. Let's do this. The music is pensive. Is that from Harry Potter? Oh, yeah, I probably should stick to my day job, shouldn't I? So, Jordan, sorry, you said you're off to the Swanage Steam Gala this weekend. Should be fun. Do I attend any events in real life? I don't. I should attend more. But when the UK Train Sim were doing the UKTS live stuff, we used to go to quite a few galas. We did several steam and diesel galas at the Severn Valley Railway, and I'm sure we did 2 or 3 other ones as well. They were great fun. Real trains outside, virtual trains inside. What you know, that's just awesome. You get sort of, you want to break from playing the virtual trains, you step outside and there's real ones outside to enjoy. That's epic. Moggy, what is the procedure for the bell and whistle when passing a railroad crossing? Well, you start the bell, and then you do a long, a long, a short, a long. I'm going to cancel that because it's a green light. And then you either keep the last long going until you get to the crossing. First axle crosses gets onto the crossing. If you're still away from it, then what you do is... you keep doing the long, long, short, long, 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 short, long until you cross it. What you should do, ideally, is make your blast sort of 5 to 6, so a long is sort of 5 to 6 seconds, and then put a bit of a gap, and then another 5 to 6 seconds, then a beep, and then another, and then however long you need to get it over the grade crossing. And normally, if you're doing line speed and you start at the whistle board, it kind of just works if you get used to the timing. It takes practice. It's good fun though. It actually adds a nice, long, long, short, long. It adds a nice sort of extra thing to do. The other thing is, if you're using a route like Miami West Palm Beach, look for the whistle board. Sometimes you'll find they've got like a red cross or a slash mark over them. That means you're in a quiet zone, and all you do then is run the bell. Don't run the horn. Schwetzingen is our first station in 7.3 kilometers. I think my track IR is gracefully falling down the back of the computer, which is why I have to keep readjusting it. Shush, Miss Zifa. 6 kilometers now. Didn't we explain the 79 mile per hour speed limit for installing? It's because at 80 miles per hour you need cab signalling, and so they run the trains right up to 79 miles per hour so that they don't need cab signalling but can go as fast as they possibly can. Someone said, well, why wouldn't they just go 75? Well, why not? Why not take an extra 4 miles per hour? It doesn't look as pretty, but it doesn't need to look pretty. Call it 75 and 4 miles per hour overspeeding. That way I can drive it. Ha ha ha. Hey there, Panzer, Peeper, Sellage UK. Right, so speed is dropping to 120, so whoops, can't use that, got to use this. Stephen Jam, have I ever been to the USA? I have, my wife is American. So I've been to Florida, Massachusetts. So Florida is where father-in-law used to live. Massachusetts is where mother-in-law does live. And Tennessee I've also been to, is where father-in-law now lives. I really liked it in Tennessee, actually. I wasn't sure what to expect, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. Stopping here. I should put some brakes on, really. At Mavadella, my wife and I were actually one of the first online couples, in that she and I were friends online and met online, and then she came over here, and this was over 20 years ago now. So we're a sad online couple, but proof that it does work, at least occasionally. We were in the paper and everything. It was really cool. And we got into a magazine. Can't remember which one it was. Best magazine or something. If we ever get a chance to go to Illinois, you should go to Chicago and Illinois Railway Museum. Oh yes. I like that idea a lot. Everybody, oh. Yeah, married 20 years this year. Woohoo! Sillage says, wow, distance relationship at 56k. Try 2400. 56k, that was newfangled high speed stuff that came out later. Right. Nice one, Sir Led. A lead catcher, well done. Congratulations. Yep, that track IR is definitely collapsing down the back of the... So I'm going to have to fix that while we do the raffle. It's just gently falling because the clip broke on it, so it's all held up with blue tack. It's a bit of a mess, really. I asked my wife if I'd get time off for good behaviour. She didn't like that much. That didn't go down very well. Right. Going via Mannheim, right now, platform 1. John Brooker, do I have any non-digital train items? We've got an N-gauge model railway, Cato items. And my dad runs a 00 gauge layout that's got HO gauge items on it. Nice one, lead catcher. Alright, so we're due in at Mannheim, 7.9 kilometres away in about 5 minutes. We're currently running reasonably well on time. Moreman says I should do a video showing off the N-gauge. There really isn't much to see at the moment. It's some loops and nothing really else, and it doesn't actually work at the moment. So it's waiting basically for some more money to be poured into it to finish buying the stuff to do the inclines between the two tracks. Got 2 or 3 high-speed trains to run on it. My son likes the Shinkansens, which is why we do that, because you can't get the Shinkansens on the 00 gauge. Personally, I'm a 00 gauge modeler. There's videos of my dad's layout on YouTube. If you look up one model rail, ONE model RAIL, one word, on YouTube, you'll find some videos on there. I'm sure that said something funky was going on. Piece of B hasn't gone off, so it can't be that funky. Darren says he's HO scale. Yeah, well, my dad likes a mix of the two. So we've got some of the, we've got the Acela Express, we've got an Ice 3, got the Blue Tiger. We did have a Metronome ME146, but the loco died. The motor burned itself out. Kirkenstein, have you thought of having a garden railway? I've got G-gauge stuff as well, which is the garden railway stuff. So I've got 2 LGB sets, or my son has rather, that we get out every now and again. Oh, don't do that. Alright, we're already down below 85, so that's fine. Next signal though is 50. Jack Sims, if you are if you're having problems with the Google Maps overlay, what I'll say is that in almost every case someone's had a problem with it. It's down to one of two things: the static maps API not being ticked, or the key being wrong. because you've got to manually type it in, it's very easy to get something the wrong case or misread an I for an L or a 1 for an L or 0 for an O or something like that. So those are the two things I would check, and I would check the key code over and over and over again, because I've had a couple of times where I've had problems with it and I just have to check it, and sometimes it's taken me 3 or 4 goes to spot the error. Right, we're just coming into Mannheim now. That's the end of this scenario. Oh, to the second. What about me? What's my favourite ice train? That's tough. Iced tea. I like the iced tea. I think the tilt is cool. I'm not so bothered about the 1 and the 2, but it's either the 3M or the iced tea, I think. It's not late. It was 1:30 when I pressed the button. Well done. Scenario complete. 974 points. Oh yes. Gold medal. Hey. Superb. Right. Fringe starter, remind me again. The lion or the tiger, and why? The lion, because it's British. The tiger's alright. Quite powerful little loco. Not little, sorry. Quite big locos, but... Right, so, yeah, we've been doing alright. I've not been making too much of a fluff of it so far, other than killing the steam engine at the end of the last scenario last night. Anyway, enough of that. Right, so, it's time for this. Now, let's see whether or not the proper raffle system will work this time. It is working. Good, good, good. Okay, so tonight's word is thrash.